Hey, SnapFlash fam! Today's headline out of Botswana is nothing short of powerful. President Duma Boko is charting a bold new path, declaring poverty a violation of human rights and unveiling a tech-driven, dignity-first economic revival. Let's break down what this means for Botswana and why the World Bank is calling it transformative. Is poverty just an economic issue, or a denial of human dignity? President Boko says it's the latter, and he's calling for a human rights revolution in governance. Want to know how he plans to pull it off? Stick around. Before we unpack this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a story that matters across Africa. Let's dive in. During a courtesy visit by Dr. Zarau Kibwe of the World Bank, President Duma Boko laid out a bold new direction for Botswana. Poverty, he says, is not just a challenge, it's a human rights violation. Keeping people in subhuman conditions is a denial of their dignity, he stated.
We've positioned ourselves very firmly as a human rights focused administration. This is a huge responsibility. It imposes obligations on us. First, it says poverty is a violation of the fundamental rights of our people. We acknowledge this, that by keeping them in some of the conditions in which they exist, conditions of subhuman existence, we are violating their rights. We face up to this honestly. We acknowledge it so that we can confront it. We therefore must ensure that we create an economy, an environment that works for them, that generates the kinds of jobs that they need, that we are able to provide a living wage for them. We're able to provide decent shelter, decent health, world-class education. We need climate resilient, world-class infrastructure as well. So there's a lot that we need to do. And there are certain pivot points. The key one is digitization of the economy, in our view. A lot of the economic setback arises from pure wastage in the economy, not even corruption, which is a factor. But there's a substantial chunk of our resources that goes down the drain on account of wastage, inefficiency. And so if we pivoted on technology, we would curb a lot of the wastage. That is the first thing, very important for us. The second is that technology would enable us to communicate easily, effectively, and therefore be more open and transparent to the people. A lot of the doubts and misapprehensions that they have arises from lack of information.
Boko is positioning his administration as one grounded in human rights, equity, and transformation, not charity, but justice. At the heart of this vision, digitization. Dr. Zarau Kibwe, a key voice on the World Bank Executive Board, called Botswana's vision timely and transformative.
That said, Your Excellency, thank you so much for sharing the broad vision of your administration and where you see you want to take the economy of Botswana and the people of Botswana. So we are aligned on that. Let me say we are aligned on this. And over the last 2 days, I must say we had a couple of very fruitful and engaging meetings with both private sector as well as government entities. And what came out of there, one, as you rightly said, poverty is a denial of human rights. And for us to move forward on that, we need to change how the economy of Botswana is composed. So there was a very strong echoes from all the parties that we met, be it private sector or public governments, on the need for structural transformation of the Botswana economy. So we really thank you for that. We also have heard loud and clear from the Minister of Finance, where we met with the PS. They need to make sure that we get our fiscals right so that we can better serve the people of Botswana in their fight against poverty. I also had a chance to meet with the governor of the central bank, where we talk about how can we bring financial inclusion as an instrument of fighting poverty in Botswana, and I think we have agreed. And they shared with me a couple of asks that they want the World Bank to support them, both finance as well as a central bank. Your Excellency, you put it very well that there is no way we can defeat this problem of poverty just by doing business as usual. So I'm pleased to say your administration is coming at a very right time, because this is spring. The World Bank has done a soul searching from the way it engaged with the countries, and it came out to be clear that much of the intervention that the bank has been doing for decades has not really contributed to job creation, especially among the youth. Now, as a result of that, the World Bank, through advisory council made of prominent private sector professionals, came out and said the World Bank need to focus its intervention to make sure that they do create more and better jobs, especially for the youth.
Kibwe confirmed that Botswana's priorities are perfectly aligned with the World Bank's new mission, beyond GDP development with dignity. President Boko envisions an economy rooted in jobs, education, healthcare, housing, and climate-resilient infrastructure, but more importantly, a nation built on dignity. He says it's time to ensure a living wage, world-class education, and decent shelter for all, especially for the youth and marginalized communities. Do you think poverty should be treated as a human rights violation, not just an economic problem? Will tech and transparency be enough to drive lasting change in Botswana? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear from you. If you're inspired by Botswana's bold new direction, give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and tap the bell icon so you never miss stories of African leadership, transformation, and innovation. President Boko isn't just aiming to fix the economy, he's fighting for justice, dignity, and inclusion. And with the World Bank now backing his vision, the road ahead may be tough, but it's looking hopeful. This is SnapFlash, where the stories that shape Africa's future get the spotlight. Thanks for watching, keep questioning, and stay informed. We'll catch you in the next one.
Fearless.